Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Cold front tried to blow us over today, but it also got temperatures near another record high. Why we shouldn't expect anything close to that this weekend.
Today marks 1 year since the official start of the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Alice Barr in Washington. Coming up, President Biden is preparing for his first primetime address, looking back at the sacrifice and loss over the past year and ahead to hopes for the future.
All coming up. We're going to start, though, with Macomb County Prosecutor Pete Lucido saying he's going to look into nursing home deaths at the height of the pandemic.
Lucido says his office has received numerous calls and emails from people who've lost loved ones.
And now says he plans to form a panel to review them with an eye toward Governor Whitmer and her decision to give nursing homes money for taking COVID patients. We'll start things off here at 5 with Defender Sean Lay with how this is all going to work. Sean.
And Devin, the news tonight is 2 police reports from family members who lost loved ones in nursing homes have already been filed. One with police in Warren, one with police in Shelby Township. Tonight, Lucido, the prosecutor, is asking for many more families to come forward and file more police reports. He says to get them the answers that they're desperately seeking.
If anyone thinks they're above the law with this administration, think again.
New Macomb County prosecutor and former state House Rep Pete Lucido says it all boils down to this. He's flooded with calls from families who had perfectly healthy loved ones in nursing homes, and then their loved one died during COVID. Families who cannot get any answers from the nursing home or the state as to what happened. Was their death connected to Governor Whitmer's executive order that sent COVID-positive patients to return from the hospital and be placed back into nursing homes, causing the virus to spread from resident to resident?
The office of the governor, through the executive orders process, after the legislature did not approve her actions, and she was acting alone, independently, without the legislature, that is what is being looked at.
What's happening right now, Lucido is asking families who lost a loved one to make a police report, and he's forming a board to review each case that could result in possible criminal charges, ranging from misconduct in office from the governor to down to the local level if records were altered. Outside, the SEIU, representing many nursing home employees, were protesting, saying they saw how the governor's orders, in their opinion, saved lives.
If this is a political tool, I'd like to know where death has ever been a political tool in the history of this nation.
Well, politically is exactly how the governor is painting this, saying Lucido's effort is a political attack. Lucido is also pointing to one nursing home in Roseville in particular. He says where 10 employees lost their lives and more than 20 residents died. He wants to know if these policies led to those terrible deaths. Guys, back to you.
Well, Sean, this could also result, I suppose, in no criminal charges at all, right?
That's right. We're asking for a flood of police reports, a special panel to investigate, and maybe no charges are ever filed. Maybe no crimes were committed. But Lucido is saying it may get some more transparency that he's looking for from Lansing to get some data and numbers that mean people that died in nursing homes to be more forthcoming with those numbers.
We will stay on it, right, Sean?
Well, the wind sure is whipping today all across Metro Detroit, and you can see that right here from our downtown sky cam. Old Glory there flapping in the wind, and that wind is bringing in some changes for the weekend, too.
Hate to see these warmer temperatures move out. It's been a really nice stretch, Ben.
Yeah, well, think of today's as just sort of a surprise 70 because we did get there again this afternoon. But now that the cold front's gone through, guys, nothing like it as we head into the upcoming next 3 days. Even down near the surface, those winds are still whipping around. You saw those flags high up on some of the higher downtown buildings, but closer down to Lafayette, you can see that those numbers or the flags are still moving around. Mid-60s currently, gust over 30 miles per hour. Detroit at 38. We've already seen gust over 40, and they'll subside somewhat tonight, but not completely until we get into the weekend. Returning to normal as we head into the next 3 days. Watch this trough build out to the west, and as it does, we get a flow out of the northwest. That's going to start ushering in colder air for the Great Lakes and continuing to drop our temperatures. Highs will be in the 40s, so just slightly above normal. But guys, the morning temperatures, the morning lows are an even bigger story, and we'll look at that in your 4-zone forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, Ben, take a look now at today's coronavirus numbers. The state reports 2,091 new cases in the past 24 hours. That makes it the second straight day over 2,000. Along with that, 23 new deaths have been reported over that same time period.
And when it comes to the vaccine, new doses are making their way to Michigan. So far, 3.4 million doses have been distributed. 2.7 million shots have gone into arms thus far. Now, today, we are dedicating a lot of our coverage to what we've all gone through over these past 365 days since the first coronavirus cases were confirmed in Michigan.
We've all been impacted by the pandemic, but far too many families have been changed forever. Loved ones lost, and the heartbreak just won't go away. Larry Sproul caught up with some folks today who've been forced to grieve under surreal circumstances. Larry?
Devin and Kimberly, the last year has been tough for a lot of us. And tonight I spoke with a teacher and a mentor who lost both his mom and his aunt to the coronavirus just days apart. Tonight he is describing that experience as tough and painful. Take a listen.
It's been a crazy year.
That's really the only way Tassan Knight can describe the year 2020. He lost two family members due to COVID. His mother, Angela Knight, and aunt, Linda Thomas, just days apart.
My aunt went into the hospital and she ended up dying a few weeks later. And then my mom went to the hospital as well, and she died maybe 2 days after we had the viewing for my aunt. So it was just a lot during that time. And then, later on that year, I contracted COVID as well. And so it was a rough year as relates, and it really impacted my family in ways that you just could never imagine.
Knight says this time last year he was planning a vacation, not knowing the heartache and pain he would soon face just months ahead.
I remember me and my friends, we were planning, we're going on a trip. It was like, well, we're not going to go here because their COVID cases they're having a lot of COVID cases over there. Could just never imagine what we went through and what the country and the world went through in just 1 year.
Knight is a teacher and founder of Caught Up, a mentoring group here in Detroit. Oftentimes, he encourages and supports others. But when he lost his mother and aunt, little did he know, he would use those same words to help him cope.
I was with my mom when she died. And some of my kids, they wanted to come with me.
And heal.
Me and my family are just not prepared to do like a memorial, because during that time, we just didn't want to do anything. It was just too much back to back to back.
And I also spoke with a former state representative. She lost her sister due to the coronavirus, and she talks about her experience and what she went through this last year. I'm working on that part of the story, all new tonight at 6. We are live in downtown Detroit tonight. Larry Sproul, Local 4.
Okay, Larry, we'll talk to you again at 6.
Official, President Biden has signed his massive COVID relief bill and is set to deliver his first primetime address to lay out where we've been and the road ahead. Let's get to Alice Barr following the latest from Washington. Alice, good evening.
Good evening. Many Americans are looking back today, thinking how much their lives have changed over the past year and remembering those we've lost, while also hoping for better days as vaccinations ramp up.
1 year to the day after America started slipping into a coronavirus lockdown, President Biden signing a bill that releases nearly $2 trillion in COVID relief. The law, dubbed the American Rescue Plan, designed as an economic shot in the arm.
This historic legislation is about rebuilding the backbone of this country.
On this day in 2020, a rapid series of seismic changes shattered normal life. The World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic.
We have rung the alarm bell loud and clear.
That same day, former President Trump announced a European travel ban. In the years since, lockdowns have forced millions out of work, and the unrelenting virus has stolen more than 500,000 American lives.
He was truly genuine. He was a genuine person. He didn't deserve this.
Top health official Dr. Anthony Fauci saying the death toll is far worse than he could have imagined.
We had such divisiveness in our country that even simple common sense public health measures took on a political connotation.
Now, as some states are lifting mask mandates and fully reopening businesses, medical experts are urging caution, with vaccines offering a potential pathway to normal. President Biden addressing the nation tonight, looking back at a year of sacrifice and loss and offering hope for what lies ahead.
As for when things could start getting back to normal, Dr. Fauci said today if vaccinations keep ramping up and we continue public health measures like wearing masks, the country could start seeing a big difference by the end of the summer. In Washington, Alice Barr, Local 4.
All right, Alice, back here at home, the battle over COVID relief is headed to the courtroom.
The Republican-controlled state Senate authorized a lawsuit against Governor Whitmer. The dispute focuses on two policy bills the legislature connected to a portion of the funds in its $4 billion COVID-19 relief plan. The proposals would limit the State Department's epidemic orders to 28 days and shifts decisions on school closures from the State Department to local health agencies. The governor opposes both bills.
A woman is fighting for her life tonight after a car gets stuck between the wheels of a semi. This was the scene about 3:40 this morning, the area of Waterman and Fort in southwest Detroit. You see the car really deeply wedged under the 18-wheeler. Police believe the driver of the car ran a red light. Now, the male driver and female passenger were both rushed to the hospital. She is in critical condition. We are still awaiting an update on the condition of the driver.
A mother learns her sentence after being convicted in her daughter's accidental shooting. Melissa Kaiser is charged with child abuse in the shooting last July in Redford Township. Kaiser claimed her 4-year-old son found the gun and shot his 5-year-old sister thinking it was a toy. The girl survived. Kaiser was sentenced today to 5 years probation. The child's father, John Claude Norwood, was also charged with child abuse. He's due back in court next month.
He did his part to help end the pandemic.
Ahead here at 5. We're checking back in with our colleague Matt Triplett to see what his journey's been like volunteering for the Pfizer vaccine trial. And it's safe to say it didn't exactly go as planned.
Also, the one thing you definitely don't want to do after you get the coronavirus vaccine. Ahead at 5, the social media trend that could put your identity at risk. Hank?
How the pandemic has affected local business owners and also when they believe things may get back to normal. I'm Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank, with that story coming up.